We had some games. So this is the table so far as it stands. And Nasri, Tampines Rovers very, very comfortable there.
Yeah, you can see that Tampines Rovers is basically, you can see it's about 6 points clear, about 5 points to clear to the with Abrex. I'm sure Abrex tonight he want to get the 3 points, you know, to make sure to catch up with Tampines Rovers.
Let's have a look at the other half of the table where it's very, very tight. Apart from, of course, Young Lions still haven't won a game yet. No points on the board, but between 7th and 11th, just three points.
Yeah, you can see that, you know, it's just about different about 3 points there. Like today, is Hoウガンwin a game, you know, win game tonight, and I'm sure they will go.
Take a look at the players as they make their way out onto the pitch. Paul Macefield is going to get us going.
Very big thank you, Shazad. Always nice to be here at the Jalan Besar Stadium when the S League's on, and it's always nice to have a fanfare, which is down on the field of play now with the cheerleaders from Albrechts Niigata that went through a couple of routines a little bit earlier to entertain all the crowd that have come down, and I must admit they were absolutely wonderful. The girls really putting on a wonderful show for all the spectators that have made their way here for this game tonight. So Albrechts Niigata taking on HoウガンUnited. Let's have a quick look at the two sides that will do battle tonight. We do know that Koichi Sugiyama has made 2 changes from the side that lost 1-0 to Home United. Ogunyo in goal has gone out. In comes the experienced 35-year-old Hiroki Hara, and Sato comes in, probably play wide right. Masatake Sato comes in for Nagasawa. He was the man that actually scored the goal the last time that these two sides met, and it was Albrechts Niigata that came away with a 1-0 victory. As for HoウガンUnited, Johanna Johari, well, he feels that there's no need to change a winning team because they beat Brunei DPMM, and they've had a couple of fantastic home results of late, beating them, getting the right results against the likes of Home United as well. All eyes again will be on Liam Shotton, who is the striker up front. He's scored 3 goals so far this season, as has Mamadou Diallo. Those two are the goal-scoring machine for Hoウガン. They will have to start getting the ball forwards to them. So that means Nohelmi, Jasny and Fazli Jaffa retain their positions out wide, and they will be the ones to try and deliver the quality into the box. Well, it's an Albrecht side that we've seen many occasions so far this year on Friday Night Football in the S League. There is the man who's scoring all the goals at the moment and doing extremely well for Albrechts Niigata. 6 goals so far for Sakamoto. He is the man at the moment that all eyes will be focused on. And Bruno, in his second spell here in Singapore, playing for Albrechts Niigata. He's got 3 goals, so 9 goals from those 2 strikers up front. Really do prove that they are a force to be reckoned with. As you can see, these sides just getting ready to get themselves going. It looks as though we're going to have a change of ends by both sides. Nice little crowd here, and everyone, like I said, enjoyed the pre-match prelude, which was the cheerleaders and the girls giving us a wonderful performance, which was magnificent to see. There is Liam Shotton. Now, if rumours are to be believed, his brother is in the crowd somewhere today. Ryan Shotton, who has just finished the season with Stoke City. He played 23 games in the Barclays Premier League this year. The question is can he have any of that rub off on his brother, who has 3 goals as well so far this year? Mamadou Diallo is exactly the same on 3 goals as they get ready to get into the huddle, HoウガンUnited. There's Thomas Beattie, of course, 2 goals so far, and what a goal he scored against Home United. 1 out of the top draw, very fortuitous. Was it, or was it absolute skill? All I know is that I've been told that he's in the reckoning for the goal of the season so far this year. I'm very pleased to say that Nasri Nasir still hasn't lost any of his physical prowess as he's managed to sprint up here. As we have a little look at Johanna Johari, he has managed to get 4 results, 4 wins out of the last 7 games since Alex Weaver has been moved upstairs into a technical position. And Albrechts Niigata with Koichi Sugiyama, he is going to be in charge of this Albrechts side. The referee today will be Sukhbir Singh, and it gives me a chance now to finally say, Naz, I can't believe how quick you managed to get up here. You were like lightning, mate. Back to the old days, I think. Of course, the former 1998 Tiger Cup winner and a former international part of the 100-cap member club. So, Naz, what are we expecting today? We're expecting a tight game. We know the last game and the last time these two sides met, it was 1-0 in favour of Albrechts. Is it going to happen today?
Yeah, thank you, Paul. You know, I expect tonight's match will be very exciting. I'm sure Abrex would like to go for a win, because the last game they basically they lost to Home United. So I'm sure they want to catch up a point with Tempest Rovers.
They've got to try and keep track with your former club, of course, who seem to be absolutely steamrolling away with the league. They're currently 5 points ahead with a game in hand over Albirex Niigata. So 3 points are a must here if the satellite side from Japan are to stay in touch with the current league leaders and the reigning champions. So straight away, Hoウガンlooking to get on the ball, as is Azar Sawin. He scored the first goal against Brunei DPMM, and what a result that was as well at the HoウガンStadium. Here he is again. Strong challenge coming in. Hazard just slows it down. Looks to get it back again. Shot in an advanced position. He's missed out. The long run coming in from Nohel Mijasny wasn't found, and dare I say, we know exactly what we're going to get from Albirex Niigata now, just passing it around at the back, which is exactly what they do. It seems as though Ho우-Gang just dropping off slightly and allowing them time and space. That being said, Fazli Jafar does ever so well to get in front there, squares it. Real chance here as Nohel Mijasny tries to put it across the face of goal after laying it off again to Fazli Jafar. That's an opportunity, but you've got to get your strikers in there, haven't you, Naz?
Yeah, I mean, I think basically you can, once the ball at the corner, at the side, you know, you expect a striker to attack the ball, you know. I think it's a good work, good passing by the Ho우-Gang players.
It's a great ball in when you look at that again, if you do have a predator and a sniffer in the box. So Fazli Jafar just rolling it across the face of that 6-yard line. Can cause all sorts of problems. Great touch there from Shotton. Shotton looks up, has 2 blue shirts in the box and wins the corner. That won't be disheartening for them, because they've got the likes of him, BT, Hazri, who can all come forwards and get on the end of things. So it's not a bad start from Ho우-Gang.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that Hoou-Gang is looking very, very good. You know, they are pressing very high. They don't let the Abrex players to move around with the ball. So I think they did well the first 5 minutes.
As you can see, they're all bunched up right on the edge of the box there. There's 4 or 5 blue shirts just inside the box. Will they be making their runs? Fazli Jafar, who delivers. It's a deep loop in one. BT looks to head it back. Just heads it back in, but was climbing all over an Albirex defender. So that's going to be a free kick for Albirex. There's been some interesting times and interesting results of late, particularly when you have a look down at the likes of Hoou-Gang United. Fantastic result against Brunei. I don't think a lot of people expected that one, did they? Shotton holds this one up. Just click forwards. Meng Meng just overcooks that one, so that's gone out. And the defender's just urging players to push in and keep it tight. I've got to say, haven't you, Naz, that this season has been very, very exciting and really open. The amount of teams and how close it is, apart from obviously Tampines Rovers, who seem to be running away with it.
Yeah, you can see that. You know, you can see that this year you can see the teams are very close to each other from the fifth position to all the way to the second position beside Tampines Rovers. Basically, you can see most of the teams are, you know, willing and losing certain games, but at the bottom half, basically, they're very close, 3 to 5 points different. You know, so it's every win basically they will bring up to the next position.
Well, it's rather remarkable if you look at the table, where you see Warriors FC currently lying in 11th position on 14 points, but 2 victories if the results went for them, and they could go up to 5th. That's how tight and how close it is at the moment, as Fazli Jafar does ever so well to win that ball back. Shotton gets into the box, as does Diallo. Fazli Jafar looks up, drills it across, just pushed to safety. Yokihara came out there. The judge not to have got a touch on that, and it's just as well. You can see there, Fazli doesn't think so. I didn't think so when that ball was played in. It looked as though the keeper did get a touch on it. but the danger averted just at the moment, and it's an unsettled Albrecht side at the moment. Not getting into their stride of their usual passing game. See the closing down again from Hoウガン, absolutely spot on. Good work there from Nohilmi Jasny. He has time and space and trying to catch Hideo Kihara off his line. 35-year-old not going to be outfoxed there. It's been an entertaining first 5.5 minutes so far. Well read by Azar. Nicely picked up though by Shindo Suzuki. Almost marquee player for this Albrecht side, 35 years old, nearly 450 games in J1 and J2 for the likes of Kyoto Sanga and of course Albrecht's Niigata. It was interesting to commentate on a game the other day. I did Beijing Guan, and some of the players there were actually playing in the Beijing Guan side here in Singapore a couple of seasons ago. There were 3 or 4 players that did develop and have gone through to the first team and in the Asian Champions League. So these foreign sides do look at this as a development, don't they, Naz?
Yeah, I mean, you can see basically, you know, taking the S League to be like a platform for them to develop. I mean, most of the Albrecht players are very young players, so getting the experience for playing the N League is very good for them to have a chance to play in other clubs.
Still keen and comfortable just to stroke this around. Now Hoウガンhave just dropped off a little bit, allowing them to do so. The game very much being played in Albrecht's half at the moment though, but the one thing that you do have with this Albrecht side is confidence on the ball. They're not afraid to get hold of it, control it, pass it, move, make little angles. Exactly what they're doing here. Pitch was watered a little bit earlier on because it was very, very hard and very dry underfoot. It does make a difference, which is why you will see the ball skid and zip around now as opposed to checking a little bit more. Shot with a challenge. It's a good challenge in as well. Loses out, so that's going to be a throw-in for Albrechts. Again looking to start and build from the back, pretty much the norm of what we've seen so far this season. Hoou-gan still keeping a high line though and forcing Albrechts all the way back to Hideo Kihara. Sugiyama going into this game fancies his chances of all 3 points here, but knows that it's a must. Bruno, who pulls out into the wide position, looks to come inside, and again more than happy to just slow things down. Sato into Hota. Lack of movement up front at the moment for them, Naz, isn't there? They're very, very static. It's okay passing the ball around, but you have to have a purpose and an end product, don't you? And this is where Albrechts do frustrate teams at times.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that, especially at the forward line, there's not much movement up front, you know. So they've been trying to pass around at the back. So sometimes, when you look at this, you intend to make a lot of mistakes, especially when you're not passing, and the defender, the opponent, basically will put on pressure.
They've managed to create half a yard here. Bruno gets to the byline. Can he deliver? Has to check back on his favoured right foot. Keeps it into Suzuki. Suzuki back inside. Time and space here. Saki getting closed down very quickly there, though. Azar just fizzing that one out there to Lau Meng Meng. Oh, was played into him with a bit of pace. Schotten does well to hold that one up. Azar again gets surrounded by 2 orange shirts. The free kick given, and looked to be too much wrong with that. It was just a coming together more than anything, but the 27-year-old drew the foul. He really does seem to be the driving force for this Hoウガンside, where they try and get him on the ball and get him involved, don't they? Diallo heads that one forwards, just overcooks that one. Easy pickings in the end for Hideyoki Hara. So after a frantic 5 or 6 minutes, tempo definitely dropped here. Hara just rolling it back and receives it again. You can have 700 touches of the ball. It doesn't matter if you're not going anywhere, then Hoウガンwill be happy to take a point from this, wouldn't they, if you offer them a point now. There's that ball clip forwards. Lau Meng just gets his body in the way. And you can see there Lau Meng just saying to Bruno and to the referee, hey, just be careful. There was a shove there. I'm sure we'll see a little bit more from those two a little bit later on. Now it's Hougang's turn to try and just pass it around. And Diallo was never going to get that. Completely overplayed down the line from Faisal Amir. Has come on a lot this year, Faisal. He has been one that's impressed on occasion. Pushing up there, not allowing the short goal kick to be taken, so it is going to be Hideyoki Hara that will launch this one long. Just clips it into the wide area. Touches nobody, so it's going to be a Hougang throw-in. One thing that we have seen as well, haven't we, Naz, when we see Albrechts Niigata play here, is the first half they're usually like this, patient, no problem, no issue. But then the second half, they seem to just fade a little bit, and that's when other sides can get at them.
Yeah, again, you can see that, the last time Albrechts was playing, they keep the ball, they try to move from at the back, they don't rush in the passing, and they won't force the pass, they just wait for the right moment. But normally in the second half, they will come and forward because I think maybe this is how the coach want it to be, especially to see in the first half how the opponent playing right.
The patient football, as you could call it, being played at the moment. Fans in good voice. The Japanese community coming out to support this Albrecht side tonight. Ishikawa slows it back down. Suzuki comes very deep. Otak gets back on the ball. And this kind of surface will definitely suit Albrechts. Just being able to pass it around and fizz it into each other's feet. Here's Otta. A little bit of time and space for him. Bruno had made the run, but checked back out. Again, comfortably just passing it around with lack of movement going forwards. And those are the little mistakes that you were talking about, wasn't it, Naz? Where the lack of movement up front has really cost them there, because you could quite clearly see Nohilmi Jasny just waited for that pass to be under hit and then went in and closed down.
Yeah, as I said, earlier, that you start passing at the back, you intend to make a mistake, and the opponent basically will read the games and try to win the ball.
That's exactly what they did there. Fazli Jaffa from an offside position. The flag's gone up. It's not going to count. There's a judge to have, must have been sprinted 5 yards there to get back on side to come and attack that ball. Flag went up early though. Suzuki back inside. Nice little one-touch pass in there, but again, no penetration from Albrechts. like a practice match, isn't it? As it's what you do when you prepare to train for games, and you stroke it around, you try and work other players and get other, your opponents into different positions, and then you hit. But it just seems to be lacking that creativity in the final third. And there's another mistake, and almost Fazli Jaffa getting in. You know where I'm coming from there, more of a practice session, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, you can pass around. I mean, almost the games, pass around, but there's no running from up front. There's no diagonal ball from the wing. So I think it's also very important, to keep on get the ball forward, rather than playing around. And you can see once after a few passes, you surely definitely make a mistake on that.
Well, we've seen already, there's been 2 occasions where that's happened. Here's the longest ball that we've seen so far from Albrecht. It's a 40-yard crossfield pass. Nagasaki back in the middle. Suzuki back to Nagasaki. And again, all the way back. And Haugang tried to squeeze up a little bit more. So just let that one run. Went to get the second one, but BT read it quite well. No foul there from the referee. Play continues. Hilmi keeps it nice and simple. Lamir. The best ball played forward there. Again, it's gone a little bit flat now, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you can see, it seems like, both teams, for Haugang, you can see once you got to win the ball, you try to play forward, but again, Albrecht one you start possession back, the same thing, pass around.
I think that they've been able to do that in our day. I think when we used to play, I think there may have been a challenge or two going there to try and get on with it a bit quicker. There's another mistake. Here's Azai, plays it forward. Help me. Little chest down. Diallo! There you go. You want to mess about. You don't want to do the right thing. That's exactly what Albrecht hadn't done. They gave the ball away far too cheaply. And again, Haugang pounced on that mistake, and get what they deserve here. They finally deserve to go 1-0 up. That's Diallo's 4th goal of the season. He's shooting for the stars with that. Here's the mistake. Harat clears it, easily picked up by Azar. Great ball forwards. Hilmi, that's brilliant touch from him. But where's the marking? And that's not a bad finish from Diallo.
Yeah, I think it's a very good move. As I said, it's a good pressure from to the goalkeeper, and for a mistake by the goalkeeper, and then I think it's a good ball and a good layoff back for Diallo to make a finish. It's a good goal. It's a good goal.
Not a bad goal at all. Well, there you go. There's a happy man, Johanna Jahari. If they were to get the result today, that would be 5 from 8 since he had taken over from Alex Weaver. Alex, of course, has moved upstairs to concentrate on other club matters, so, but it really is a turn of fortunes, and 3 points here would put them on 20. It would only move them up 1 spot though because of goal difference, but they would go up Brunei into 6th place as Hara called into action again, launches it long, headed back inside. That's not the best header in the world there from Hazri, but again the blue shirts cramp and crowd in the middle of the park. There's a strong challenge looking to fly in there from Faisal, so a little bit of fire here now from Haugang. Shotten, good touch from him, does well to get his body in the way, finds Diallo who gets clipped from behind, and that's going to be a free kick. Well, the old saying and the old adage, isn't it, Naz, that you only get out what you put in. And Haugang have pushed and they've created problems for this Albrecht side, and they've thoroughly got what they've deserved so far.
Yeah, I think Haugang, as I said, Haugang did well. He put on pressure up front, waiting for Albrecht to make a mistake, and you can see that goal basically is a mistake by good pressure by Haugang, and of course a mistake by Albrecht that make they deserve to get the goal.
Can they force another one? That's a strong challenge coming in there from Shakir Suleiman. Over the years, since Albrechts have been involved in the S League, these two sides have played each other 25 times. It's surprising that Albrechts Niigata, well, they've won 14. There's been 6 draws and they've lost 5. So somewhat of a shock if it goes this way in favour of Haugang, if the stats are to be believed. swing forwards. It's a nice ball as well into Lamir. Slows it down. Held forwards and again looking for that channel. Shot on the burst. Ball hooked forwards, no nonsense defending. Ishikawa it was. And there's a happy man. Saw him outside before the game, prowling up and down, and just wondering what was going through his mind. Well, we know what's going through his mind at the moment. His side are leading by 1-0. Good, strong, solid header there, though, from Faisal. Shotton in the corner. Just tries to be a little bit too clever in beating the defender. Had a bit of a soft start, didn't he? But really started to come into it after half a dozen games or so. Had a perfectly good goal disallowed, or it wasn't even credited when he smashed one from 40-odd yards. Come to me which game it was, where it hit the bar, crossed the line, but the officials didn't see it, so maybe we'll be getting goal line technology here in Singapore as well soon. That was the game. It's Man United. When they should have won. Not going to put them 1-0 up home, scored late on.
Oh yeah, I mean the game is. I remember that basically Hogan played well. Managed to make a game well. But unfortunately the goal was disallowed.
And there's another awful mistake. And Albrecht's really not at the races today. We're almost halfway through this first half, and Okihara trying to play this with the outside of the right foot. Why did he just put his left foot through that? It's gone out for a corner. He doesn't look too happy, does he?
Yeah, I mean, basically you can see, goalkeeper expect the ball to play to the side. Maybe that the player should know where is his weak, his strong leg. So what happened is he played the ball to more on the left side. That's why he's look not happy.
Ball whipped in. It's dangerous to the far post. And he doesn't want to take any chances there. There's a clash between two players, and who is it? Someone's adjudged to have had a little nudge there. Looks like Hasri was the guilty party. I don't know if there was too much in that. These goalkeepers, they are absolutely overprotected. There's absolutely nothing going on there. That's a little bit harsh, isn't it?
Yeah, I can see that basically the goal, just the three of them jumping together, and that's unfortunately he got a knock at his own players. And then for the Hogan players, basically it's just a careless mistake that he had done.
Well, there was nothing there, just the coming together more than anything. The referee, Sukhbir Singh, wants to have a little word with Hasri Zayas. Let's just see if he falls over. I mean, something must have been said, because the referee having a little chat there with Hasri Zayas, but I don't see that there's anything in this. Look, he's coming together. He's just gone to jump in. I mean, he hasn't gone to smash anybody, and you can see there the goalkeeper's gone into the defender. It's as though he maybe jarred his knee under the challenge of what was his own man, Fukuda.
Correct. You can see that he just a challenge from defender, and as I said, the three of them challenge, and it's quite a very close call for that,
Doesn't it drive you mad, though? I want your advice and your opinion on this. No, so goalkeepers now are so protected. I mean, there's nothing there where it's come together. It's not even the defender, the attacker that has made contact. Yet any kind of touch, or if you're in the same vicinity as a goalkeeper, the referee's going to blow up and give a free kick.
Yeah, of course, definitely, as I said, goalkeeper is always an advantage, especially in the penalty box. They are basically untouchable. So as I said, I think the referee make a decision to giving a free kick for Abrax.
But why? I mean, again, not wanting to harp back, but I'm only harping back a couple of seasons ago. If you put a challenge in with a goalkeeper and it was a fair one, you could play on. There's no problem. There's nothing. The goalkeeper's gone to ground. If he wants to stop it and have a drop ball because the goalkeeper's on the ground, that's fine, but not award a free kick.
Correct. You know, I can see that, but look at it. Look at it. I mean, maybe the referee was not a good position to see the fault. You know, but what happened is I can see he saw the goalkeeper bend down and straight away give a free kick for him.
Well, let's see how he gets on here with the kick, but be interesting to have another look at the goal though. Diallo, it was well worked, even though Hara made the mistake trying to clear his lines. It was really well picked up though, wasn't it, by Azar, who looked forward, saw that there was an opportunity to find Helmi. Helmi there just got his body in the way and brought it down. It's a cool finish. His 4th of the season, not bad at all. And there you go. I don't know what he's waiting for. Maybe it's his true love that's in the crowd, because he shot an arrow straight over to her, maybe into her heart, and they'll be loving him at the moment, giving him the lead. So we've got knee, ankle, back. I'll give a little bit of time to Hideyoki Hara. He's 35 years old now, and is of course the goalkeeping coach last year and has taken up the mantle this.
Yeah, I'm sure, you know, basically, I mean, every nonce you got, normally when you're at that age, you know, you tend to get recover a bit longer, you know. So I think what the physio, the trainer is trying to do is to make him feel better by spraying it.
Yeah, the magic spray.
The magic spray, yeah, that's the one.
You're all right, Naz, because you played your football over here most of your career, and when it's a cold winter's day in the UK and they come on with a magic sponge, that's when you used to jump straight to your feet, because it was freezing.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've played in a few countries where it's been like that, haven't you?
Yes, of course, you know.
Chance here, though, for Albrechts to build something. Bruno back inside to Suzuki. So I'm a little bit tickled by that, actually. Nicely played forwards to Bruno again. Bruno with a little bit of time and space. Looks to create half a yard. There's an overlapping run here from Yamada, and that's exactly where it comes. Yamada looks to check inside, wants to keep the ball again rather than getting around the outside and crossing. Hotta, little 1-2. Still Hotta gets closed down. Diallo does ever so well and goes on the chase again here. Ishikawa with time and space out wide now to Nagasaki. Nice little triangle there. Yamada clips a lovely ball forwards, and half a chance. Sakamoto, flag's gone up, but I tell you what a finish that was. You cannot give this boy half a yard. Kazuki Sakamoto playing right on the shoulder, and I just wonder how close that was, Naz, because I tell you, that was good play, because there was runners and there was movement from Albrechts, and that was very, very instinctive and good finishing from Sakamoto.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's what we expect. You know, that's what I want to see more for Albrechts to forward, especially the striker to make the penalties run. And unfortunately, it's an outside. But to be honest, I have to give credit to him that it's a really good finish by him.
Well, it really is, but like you said, that's what we want to see from Albrechts, a little bit more cutting edge in that final third. That's exactly what we had there. Much, much better from the team in orange. Here's Hara. Played forwards by Fukuda. Bruno making the run. There you go, now they're asking questions, and they've turned Hogan, because it means that Lau Ming Meng has to clear his lines and they can get on with it quickly, and they're in the final third. There's nothing wrong with passing the ball around and keeping it, then occasionally just firing one forwards, which is exactly what they've done again here. And Yamada's on the overlap. Yamada with a little bit of time and space drills one into great ball. Bruno! Just wide. There you go. Now they've started to pick the tempo up. Now they've got runners and bodies getting into that final third. And now we're starting to see a very, very threatening Albrechts.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good ball there. That's why, as I said, you know, you need to play the ball forward, you know, switching on the play a bit quicker, you know, instead of passing around. You know, and I think what they did is really well, you know, getting the ball forward, and it was a good cross, and unfortunately, you know, he didn't get a goal for that.
So Albrechts, the last couple of minutes, creating a couple of chances. And fighting their way back into this game. And for Hogan, taking the lead, courtesy of Mamadou Diallo. Came in the 18th minute. It's only been the last 5 or so minutes since that injury to Hara that Albrechts have picked themselves up. But Hogan are looking to try and respond here. Azar, Diallo, a little bit of time and space in the middle of the park. Outside of the foot, looking for Fazli Jaffa. Just overcooked slightly there. You could see what the intention was. Just trying to get in beyond the fullbacks. It doesn't look as though the referee is happy with this ball. Going down the tunnel to get his pump. Or give it to the fourth official to blow up. So there'll be one ball boy left without a ball now. As that ball is played back into play, flicked on by Sakamoto. We've only seen him once in this game so far, but that was a moment of brilliance. Although he did stray slightly into an offside position. That's better. Ichikawa looks to come forwards, keeps possession. Was there something off the ball then? Play on, said the referee. Ota in the middle of the park. Handball against Azar. Interesting. Can Albrechts get back on level terms? At the moment, they are trailing by 1-0. 13 minutes plus, you would hazard, I guess, a couple of minutes of stoppage time at the end of this half. 4 or 5 orange shirts in and around the box. Sakamoto's in there, he's in an offside position, so he's not going to go and join him. Beatty heads it clear, not far enough, and that's a mistake played back inside there from Sato. Hazard, twisting, turning, manages to keep possession. Sakir sees BT, but also sees Shotton, who gets his body in the way, that big frame, and just holds it up. A little bit of a lull in the game. Caught in possession, so just scoops it forwards back into the path of Hazri. Hazri looking up. Diallo, the man making the run, brings it down, looks to get it back and does. Checks inside, tries to be a little bit too precise, and not clear in the end. Ishikawa it was. So throwing for Hogan. Faisal down the line. Diallo helps it in and just couldn't wrap his foot around it enough. Harmlessly behind. So a goal kick for Albrechts. Interesting to see how they do go on to complete their season. A couple of big games coming up for them. They have Man United, and then they'll have to play Hougang again in the cup. And they've also got Geylang in the cup. So be tight and interesting there. Strong challenge coming in there from Yamada. Suzuki wins the throw-in. BT. Oh, it's a lunging challenge there. The foot was raised off the floor. We've seen people booked for things like that. Shotton gets bundled off the ball. Not happy with the physical presence there. How many men going to close down? Nazar wins the ball. Play on, said the referee. Ishikawa was who went to ground. So now it's Hougang's turn to just come back. Diallo makes a run forwards. It's over the head there of Schotten. Here is Sato. Plays out wide to Bruno. Yamada rolls it all the way back. Diallo decides to go and close down, and this is where Albrechts can try and pick you off, and that's exactly what they do. They're comfortable on the ball. They've done well there. They're going to get back quite well, though. Sato into Bruno. Bruno just checks on the outside, comes inside. BT was just enough of a presence in the way for the ball to be given away. Schotten waiting for the ball rather than coming to it, and loses out to Fukuda. So Albrechts again looking to build. Don't worry, it's not a repeat of what we said throughout this first half. It's definitely the way that they are playing. There's the second ball picked up by Suzuki. Saw him score a stunning free kick last time we were here. He plays it out wide. Possession kept. Nice ball pulled back. Bruno steps over Suzuki. Oh, wasn't motoring on all cylinders then. Just missed out on that one. Fazli Jaffa looked as though he was going to go over the top. Play continues. Bruno's in behind here. Sakamoto in the middle. Sakamoto just missed it. Enough defending there and enough of a presence from Hazri just to put Sakamoto off. That was a real chance for Albrechts. Bruno found himself in acres of space, delivered the ball. There you can see just enough of a challenge, and it needed it.
Yeah, I think it's a good ball by the winger, you know. But I think the defender could well follow the striker all the way to put some challenge so that he won't get the ball first. So I think basically I can see how Hougang players, the defender did well to close him down.
Sometimes it's not just about winning the ball, is it? I'm sure you were taught as well, Naz, that if you can't get to the ball, you've got to at least put a challenge in or a physical presence in, so it's not as simple for the attacker.
Yeah.
This is how Faz got caught. Just got caught there, not too much in that. Sure he's going to be okay. But you do have to put the challenges in, don't you, Naz? You've got to at least put your opponent off.
Correct, you know, correct, Paul. You know, when every time, you know, even you can't get a ball, at least you put a challenge. So make sure that even the opponent get a ball, so you at least you make it very difficult for him to control the ball. So at least there's a challenge. That's what he did. You know, the defender did well to close him down and to make a challenge for that.
Exactly. And when we say that, we're not talking about fouling and being overzealous. We're talking about just putting that challenge in, doing enough just to put the defender off or the attacker off. You have to just get your body in there and sometimes take one for the team.
Yeah, I think it's important, you know, this kind of thing, you know, you just put a pressure on the players, you know, especially when they're running without the ball, so it only make it difficult for the opponent to receive the ball.
Getting back underway. Well, the way things have transpired this first half, we may have about 15 minutes of time added on. Been a couple of injuries, of course. Jeffo is the latest one to have a knock. The shot and helps that one on. There's a clash of heads there as well. So we're going to get stopped here. It's Diallo that's gone down. Yamada as well, by the looks of things. Well, the physios are the busiest people out there today. Interesting to see if there's a little bit of claret there, because obviously you have to leave the field of play. Bang, there you go. Just head on head. It happens, it's part of the game, isn't it, Naz?
Yeah, I mean, it's a part of the game, you know, especially, you know, when two players jumping for the ball, you know. So it's happened, you know, getting hit each other is normal for that.
I'm sure they'll both be okay, and they'll be allowed back onto the field of play. Suzuki just saying that he'll give the ball back to the goalkeeper. Well, there's two balls on the pitch. The referee's dropped the ball to play on. Now, would that be a handball referee? Or is he... He's going to start it again. So we're seeing starts things off again. Well, we seem to have had all sorts here, haven't we? It's been a very interesting first 45 minutes to commentate on, because it's had quite a few little incidents, hasn't it?
Yeah, I can see that, you know, there's a few incidents, you know, so-called nothing related with football, you know. But, I mean, basically, I'm here with Paul, and we're enjoying what's happening right now.
Oh, we are, absolutely. There's no question about that. And we'll all be enjoying what you say at half-time as well, when you pick the bones out of this first half. So it's going to be interesting to hear your comments with Shazad at half-time. Here's Sato. Sato looks to come inside. Sato with a little bit of time and space tries to find Sakamoto. Sakamoto skips past Sakamoto. We don't miss. Number 7 for the season. That is a quality goal. Brilliant play from Sakamoto. And the 23-year-old skipped and jinked past the challenges. And didn't he take that well? He picked his corner out, slotted it in there. That is a marvellous finish, and that's a good time to score just before half-time for Albrechts.
Yeah, I mean, it's very good goals, you know, very good work, you know, put on pressure on the defense, although the defense managed to miss the challenge, but he coolly beat the players and he picked a spot, and it's a good finish for his 7 goals. After 7 goals, I'm sure he's very confident to get a goal again.
Sugiyama happy with that one as well. Arms outstretched. He knows how important that goal could be in the context of probably not only in this game, but also the whole season. And there could be a chance here as Bruno looks to go on the inside, then go on the outside. Bruno pulls it back across goal. And, well, just pulls it wide. What do you think of the first half so far then, Naz?
I think I can see, you know, in the first 10-15 minutes, you know, you can see the first 10 minutes, basically, Hoウガンis putting very high, and Albrechts is keeping the ball, possession it, waiting for the right moment. But still, they make a mistake, and then Hoウガンmanaged to get a goal. But again, as I said, knowing Albrechts, they are very patient. They try to build up, and again, as I said, scoring a goal before halftime is a good motivation for the Albrechts players.
Well, it's going to be interesting to be a fly on the wall in the dressing room now, particularly of Sugiyama, because his side have managed to fight their way back into this one. And Johari as well, his team talk will have totally changed after what he was planning. So just 2 minutes to go to half-time, plus stoppages. Diallo with a little bit of time and space keeps the ball. Hilmi cutting inside. That's a little nudge in the back. Play allowed to go on, though. Oh, and that's going to be a yellow card. That was a little bit cynical there. That's a silly yellow card for Mohilmi. Just frustration. So we're into the final minutes of this half as we see the little drummer boy along with all the fans there, and there you go. Those are the pretty little girls that were giving us a wonderful show before the game, dancing to the routines and really trying to get behind their side, and it seems to have paid dividends just on the stroke of half-time. Sakamoto looks up, pulls it back. Bruno. Sakamoto gets back on time. Bruno with a little layoff. Going to keep possession with Sato. Back to Bruno. We feel that they'll be happy to go in at 1-1. Albrechts, they can regroup themselves and come out the second half as Bruno picks up the loose ball. And again, time and space for him. 3 minutes of time added on at the end of this first half. That much we do know. It was going to be quiet after the opening sort of 15 or so minutes. Has been shackled well, though, it has to be said. Still shotting. Checks back, keeps possession. Hazard flicks it forwards into Diallo. Fazli Jaffa. Diallo looks to turn. And a chance to get the ball in. He's got to the byline, pulls it back, and he's just overcooked it. Helmy gets there, goes down, wants the free kick not given. BT wins the challenge. A little bit of non-stop action again here in stoppage time. Kazuki Sakamoto's goal puts him on to number 7, level with Joseph Kaplan of Geylang International. Kamal Amdani of Tanjong Pagar. Of course, the leading scorer at the moment is Monsef Zerka from Tanjong Pagar. He's on 8 goals, so another goal here from Sakamoto. And that would put him to the top of the table, joint leading scorer. Long ball thrown forwards, Bruno comes, but coming a long way as well is Fadil Salim. No mistake there with that challenge. Easily grabs at that one. Time for Albrechts. Diallo. Yamada. Forwards into Bruno. Bruno quite content just to turn around and keep possession. Well, just a few seconds to go here before the sides will make their way down the tunnel. It's been an interesting first half, that much we do know. Didn't really exactly go to plan for Albrechts. And they've managed to fight their way back into this one. Yamada throws it back. Has opportunities and options ahead of him. Sukhbir Singh's checking his watch. Puts the whistle to the mouth. That's going to do it for the first 45 minutes. Well, Hogan pushed very, very quickly early on, and they really put the pressure on this Albrechts Niigata side. That man there, Diallo, managed to slot home from about 10 yards. It was an absolutely fantastic finish, but this man here, just before the stroke of half-time, Sakamoto has just managed to even things up. So at the Jalan-Besar Stadium, it's been an intriguing game. It's Albrechts Niigata 1, Hougang United 1. We're going to head for a short break. When we come back, though, we've got our half-time show with Shazad Haq and Nasri Nasir. Join us then. I'll be speaking to you after the game about that, Shazad, because I feel that they are an overprotected species. That much we do know. There's a mistake here, though, from Hara. Great little chest down, though, from Hilmi after Azar had pounced on that loose ball. And I'll tell you what, Diallo didn't mince his words here, did he? You knew exactly what he was going to do. The defence was all over the place. Drills it in. That one in the 18th minute, making absolutely no mistake. That's his 4th of the season. Bang, straight in the back of the net, and it did look as though Albrechts were, well, shocked, and this is what they were doing. They were overplaying at the back and causing themselves all sorts of problems. Hara here didn't want to control it or clear it with his left foot and managed to kick it out for a corner, and it almost cost them dearly. There's the coming together between Hara and Fukuda, I think it was, who was the defender. Just the two players jumping into each other. The referee gave a free kick. That's why I said we'll talk about that. Never mind asking me, Shazad, why don't you ask Nasri what he thinks as well, because there's a very, very little contact there, but fortunately Hara managed to jump up and was okay. This was a big turning point. Sakamoto, the first real attack that Albrecht had, got him behind and just strayed into an offside position. There you can see it. This was his first touch. Out of his chest, on the volley, bang, straight past the keeper, but unfortunately ruled off, just offside. That was about the 23rd, 24th minute. And you just wondered whether Albrechts were going to keep reacting like this and pushing forwards, but it took them a long time to be able to do so. This was about 5 or 10 minutes later. Great ball whipped in from Yamada. When he got forwards, he did look dangerous. Bruno heading it just wide, stooping down with a header, but just guiding it past the goalkeeper, Fadil Salim's post. And again, Bruno proving to be a handful. Once Albrechts got forwards and they got themselves out wide and got their crosses in, they looked deadly and dangerous, but they also looked dangerous down the middle. This man scoring his 7th goal of the season. Sakamoto jinked and skipped past the 2 challenges there, like there was no one there. And how about that? Right into the corner and giving the goalkeeper, Fadil Salim, absolutely no chance. But 4 blue shirts surrounding Sakamoto. He went past them all to put it in the back of the net. Bruno, again, looking to get the ball in to that far post area. Sakamoto caught sleeping on that occasion, but it's been a very good first half if you consider Hougang's point of view for the first 20-25 minutes, but then Albrecht's Niigata's to bounce back as well. 60% possession. They've had 3 shots on and off goal, Albrecht's Niigata. Just the solitary effort from Hougang United. Most important stat is the one at the top. Albrecht's Niigata 1, Hougang United 1. And I tell you what, Shazad, plenty for you to pick the bones out of.